Come on, hang out with us for the day and see what we do to save money.
What sorts of things do we do on a daily basis to help us save money?
We'll do a walkthrough with you, a day in the life of a frugal person. We'll show you exactly what we do to save money that day, and we'll give you some tips along the way.
We grabbed the camera on Friday and took you with us to show you exactly what we do throughout the day.
But first, if you don't know us, I'm Hope.
And I'm Larry.
This is Under the Median, where practical frugality meets real life. Good morning, guys. First things first, breakfast. This is not unusual for us. I'm going to show you. This is really, the markers started to wear off. It says oatmeal. This is Larry's handwriting. I am not responsible for how this is labeled. Oatmeal, and it was from the 26th of March. This is the what is this? Good heavens, I don't even know. Hang on a second. It's like the 27th, 28th. It's the 28th. So this has been in the refrigerator a couple of days. So we always try to make sure that breakfast, definitely under $1 per person for breakfast. We get oatmeal in bulk, which is what is in here. And we cook enough oatmeal for 2 or 3 days. Stick it in the fridge, just reheat it. These are steel cut oats. Put those in here. I'm going to call that a serving. I'll take this other spoon out of the way. Lord only knows why I have 2 spoons. No idea. Add some blueberries. We get these from Costco. We love these wild blueberries. And there's 4 pounds of them. They're a little over $10, so that's pretty reasonable for wild blueberries. We always try to add some fruit to our cereal in the morning. And we set a price per pound that we're willing to pay for fruit. Used to be $1. I'm up to $1.50 per pound for fruit now because it really has gone up. But one of the things that people don't realize is that when you buy frozen fruit, they pick it at the peak of freshness, and within 24 hours, it is frozen and it's in the bags. So it's actually super fresh fruit. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of plant-based milk. Stir it up just a little bit. It's going to go in the microwave for about 2 minutes. I'll sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top of this, and that is breakfast. I can add my cup of coffee, and I can even add a couple of pieces of toast with some margarine on them or something if I want to, and I'm still going to come in way under $1 per person for breakfast. Now, as soon as breakfast is done, we're going to do something super important that you need to be starting your day with.
This is where we get our coffee in the morning. I make 2 thermoses of coffee by taking a pot downstairs and adding half water to the second pot. So it's actually a pot and a half of coffee, and it's ground really good coffee, and that is how we start our day. The coffee stays really hot in these thermoses all day, so we don't have to keep warming it up, and that really helps us.
My cereal's done. I'm so excited. Next on the docket, the daily to-do list. We have found that if we don't start the day with a list of things we want to get done, we get to the end of the day and say, well, we just didn't get anything done. I'm writing it today. This is a Friday. This is a little business planner that I have. It's a quarterly business planner. I use it to plan all of our YouTube videos and things like that. Since this day is part of a YouTube video, it's going in this planner. One of the things that we've discovered is that even with this to-do list, it has to be one really important thing. It's my favorite word in the whole wide world, guys. Say it with me. I need to make sure that list is prioritized. So that means the 3 most important tasks, they have to go at the top. And the tasks under that, I've got a lot planned for today. I'll tell you what my top 3 are. We've got to do laundry. It is so windy outside, like it's almost 80 degrees, but it is incredibly windy today. We are going on a trip to the Amish store, which is an hour drive each direction. We'll take you with us on that. Then I'm going to show you how I do a perishable food inventory. Usually I do it on Thursdays. This is Friday. I didn't get it done yesterday, so I'm adding that to today's. And then there's 5 different minor tasks underneath of that, but I know that once again, the list is prioritized. So as I move my way down the list, the stuff that doesn't get done today, I can move it to tomorrow.
We're getting ready to go to Amish country. Hope is getting ready to drive. She's going to be driving my 6-speed Honda Fit. So please pray for me.
I love driving a stick shift. It's so much fun. It's like being a race car driver. We're back. The car is almost unloaded. Last thing is the cream of wheat. We're going to follow Larry inside. Let's go, Larry. Come on, we'll show you what we bought. Thanks for bringing all the food in, Larry.
You're welcome.
Okay, I did bring some of the light stuff in. Larry got all the heavy bags. Let's talk about the bulk food stuff that we got. Let's do this first. This is 50 pounds of oats. He didn't have it all in one big bag, so he sold me the smaller bags for the same price as the larger 50-pound bag, uncut into smaller bags would have been. $34.49 for 50 pounds of rolled oats. That's 69 cents a pound. Let's move on over here. We have a 25-pound bag of lentils. The lentils were, let me look here, $28. That's $1.12 per pound. And right over here, we have brown rice. That's 25 pounds of brown rice. That was $24.25, which is basically almost $1 a pound. It's 97 cents a pound. Here's the last bulk thing that we got. Cream of wheat. I've never ever found cream of wheat cheaper anyplace else. It's been this price for probably the last 3 or 4 years at that Amish bulk food store. 69 cents a pound is what it is. We got 20 pounds of it. Let's take a look at some of the salvage food that we got today. The salvage food, there wasn't as much to pick from, and what there was to pick from, the prices have really, really gone up. By the way, we always set a top dollar budget before we leave the house. We divide our grocery budget up into store items that we buy, like at Kroger and Aldi and places like that. And we have a certain amount for that. Then we have $30 a month set aside for like stocking up when we find a really super, super good deal. Then we'll put it on that stock up budget part of the food budget. And then we also have our twice a year Amish bulk food hauls. We have those separately as well. We have $288 a year for that. Now, I got a fantastic deal last week. My very, very favorite ethnic food store, Mediterranean Mart in town here. I asked him how much he would be able to get a 50-pound bag of chickpeas for me, $1 a pound. I'd buy 50 pounds. So $50 of that $288 was gone like that because I got those chickpeas. But $1 a pound for dried chickpeas, fantastic price. The long and short of it is we had a $120 budget. The bulk food I just showed you, $100. We knew we could not spend any more than $20 on the salvage food. We've got this. This is Share gluten-free bread. I have priced this in the store. This will run you $6 a loaf. 99 cents a loaf. I got 2 loaves. Our son Daniel's girlfriend she has celiac, so she has to have everything gluten-free. Look at the salsa. $3.49 for
an 8.5 pound.
Yeah, it's picante sauce.
Wow,
so it's really nice.
very good.
I'm gonna move that over there. Oh. We actually got 3 of these.
We ate one on the way home.
Yeah, we may or may not have devoured almost an entire package of these on the 1-hour drive from the Amish store back home again. These were 79 cents each.
Worth it. Real good.
Totally good.
Yeah.
Here's some more blue corn tortillas, $1.99. This is a huge package. I don't know if it even says on it like how many ounces it is. Big. That's what it is. Really big.
It's big.
$1.99. Always check the expiration dates. If you decide you're going to go to a salvage food store, look and make sure that the expiration date is pretty close to when you are shopping. We found some expiration dates that were like a year ago or something, and we're like, nope, not buying those.
Nope, no.
85 cents. I tried one of these sauces before, and y'all told me that they were really good. It was good. This is a different style of it. It's apricot and coriander sauce.
How much is it?
It's 85 cents.
Wow.
Always have stuff in your pantry, guys, that you've gotten a bargain on, like the ingredients in your pantry, but it's a really inexpensive fast meal. because on the days that you're really tired, you don't want to decide that you are going to indulge in fast food. You won't have to do that if you have something in your pantry that's really quick, like 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes from pantry to table. I almost forgot these two things were in the refrigerator. They did not just instantaneously appear in front of me. Larry paused it so that I could get these out. Silk oat milk, 99 cents. It's pretty close to the sell-by date as well. And this is vegan mozzarella cheese, 49 cents. Yes, you read that correctly, 49 cents. Here's the other thing that I got, 99 cents. These are huge tortillas. If you've watched me for any length of time, you know I usually make my own tortillas. In fact, I have a video where I walk you step by step how to do it. I'll link that video, guys, up above. I'll also put it in the description of this video. But I can't make tortillas this big, A, and B, I can't make them for this price. I think there's, oh golly, there's got to be at least 12 or 15 tortillas in this bag. 99 cents for those and 99 cents for those. Now remember, we could not go over $120. What was our total? It was, it's here so you can see it, $115.83. Mission accomplished. Getting the laundry started so we can get that in there. Full loads, guys. Cold water wash, cold water rinse. I think maybe we have a couple of loads. I'll put that out. A couple of tablespoons of detergent. That's all we use. All right, laundry.
Hope and I are putting the laundry out on the line. It's really warm today. It's supposed to be up to 80 and it's very windy. So this load will be dry before nightfall because of the conditions. So we're saving some money by doing this instead of using our gas dryer.
Larry is the master clothes hanger upper person. He's really fast. Today he's very, very fast. Larry, why are you doing this fast? What are you gonna do next?
I'm gonna go for a bike ride. It is like summer out here.
Okay, frugal exercise coming up next.
It's all done, about 15 minutes worth of work, and that whole load, that is just one big load all put out outside, and we'll see how long these all take to dry.
Next thing on the docket, perishable food inventory. We do this once a week, usually on Thursdays. This is Friday. We're going to do it today. Basically, what you want to do is take all of your perishable foods out of your refrigerator and sort of put them in order of stuff that's going to go bad first and make sure you're using them up in that order. I tell you how this has helped us to lower our grocery bills, because typically by the time we get toward the end of the week, we're like, there is nothing to eat in this house. And if you honestly believe that, you're going to head to the grocery store. A lot of times we do honestly believe that, but this proved us wrong when we started doing this several years ago on Thursday nights. Once we pull this stuff out, we look at it and say, how can we make meals based on what we already have in the house? And it truly has helped us so that a lot less things are going bad and needing to be thrown into the garbage, because then you're throwing money away in the garbage can, basically, because you paid good money for these items. Let's see what we have left today. I've got lots of onions. I have a couple of spaghetti squash. Guys, these are from late November. It was right before the first frost. So these have been in here a while. Squash will last a long time on your countertop. I think they're still okay. I do have another, I forget what kind of squash this is called. I honestly don't remember. It's a squash, okay? It needs to be used up. I have a few, and these really do need to be used. Just a few leftover beets. Cabbage. I got this cabbage on sale. It was the week of the 17th. It was the week of St. Patrick's Day, which is another tip. When you know that there's a national holiday coming up, there's generally foods associated with that holiday, and cabbage prices always drop dramatically the week of St. Patrick's Day. 45 cents a pound from Aldi. I got 4 heads because cabbage will last a really, really long time in the fridge. You can see it's getting a little brown here around the edges. So I'm going to figure out how to use this cabbage up this week. I've got a couple of cucumbers, I have some celery, and I have some carrot sticks. And I happen to know that I have another whole, I don't know, what do you call this? Is this a head of
package?
It's a package another package downstairs of this celery. I don't know what celery like as a whole is called. Anyway, I have another one of these downstairs. What I will do is take all of these items, I'll make a list of them in order from things that need to be used up first. I've got like 3 fresh garlic. My friend Donna grew this. So what I'll do is plan to use the items up first that are gonna go bad the soonest. Couple of lemons I have left over. Okay, that's really everything from the perishable food inventory. And I will create probably a 3 to 4 day menu plan based primarily on the items that I just hauled out of my refrigerator or things that were sitting on the counter that need to be used up. Look what I found in the downstairs kitchen. 2 tomatoes. All of these veggies gave me the idea that I'm gonna cut about half of this head of cabbage up. Add some celery, some tomato, these 2 little cucumbers, some onion. Then I'll make a salad dressing with some balsamic vinegar. This is from Costco. I absolutely love this balsamic vinegar. Some lemon juice, a little bit of sweetener, and then probably maybe some Greek style herbs in there. So it'll be like a little bit of a light Greek dressing. No oil, I don't use oil in my dressings. And then I will also add, for a little bit of sweetness, I'll add some dates and I will add some walnuts. I will make a really, really big, I'm gonna call it a slaw. I don't know, it's like a chopped cabbage salad. I'm gonna make that out of some of these perishable foods and we're gonna have some lunch. What does frugal lunch look like? We try to do definitely less than $1 per serving for breakfast, usually around 50 cents per serving for breakfast. For lunch and dinner, no more than $1 per serving per person. So for lunch today, I cooked 2 pounds of lentils up a couple of nights ago. We have a bunch of those lentils left. I just cooked them, left them without any seasoning because I didn't know for sure what I wanted to do with them. Lentils, for us, that's just a staple product we have every single week. We probably have lentils in some form or another. Lentils are incredibly versatile though. So I'm gonna take some of those lentils. We're gonna add some barbecue sauce that I got on sale at Kroger with a coupon. When you bought 3, you got $2 off each one. Anyway, I paid a little over $1 for this barbecue sauce from Kroger. I'm gonna use it to spice up the lentils, make a big batch of seasoned barbecue lentils to go on bread. So we'll make some sandwiches with the lentils. And we'll have a side of this cabbage slaw that I'm getting ready to make. I'll take a picture of this when I get done so you can see what it looks like. Definitely under $1 per serving. Here's lunch. We have toasting in the toaster. It's thin sliced wheat. Now I got this bread on clearance for 75 cents at Kroger. And whenever I find clearance bread, it helps just a little bit if you look for the thin slice because it's gonna have probably 4 more slices of bread at least than the standard loaf of bread would generally have if the slice is a little bit thicker. The barbecue lentils are going to go on top of the bread. Here is the barbecue sauce. That's the barbecue sauce, Sweet Baby Ray's. Got that for $1.49. I bought 3 of them, got $2 off of each one. Plus I had a manufacturer coupon. So that was a super sweet deal that I got just a few weeks ago at Kroger. Here are the lentils. All I did was season them with a little onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and then I poured the barbecue sauce on top and heated it up in the microwave. Here's that salad that I was talking about. I wanted to kind of show you how this went together. Here is most of half of the head. That was a big head of cabbage. I'm going to have to grab a larger container to put this together. We'll see in a second here. My hands are clean. People always ask. Yes, I just washed my hands. There's my toast coming up. Anybody else have an automatic toaster that it automatically it goes down real slow and it comes up real slow for you? I know we've had this like forever. It's probably...
It's from the 1950s.
I was gonna say, it is a really old toaster.
Yes.
That is the cabbage. I have those tomatoes that are cut up. Here's some celery. Here are those 2 little cucumbers that I had. I wanted to show you this. Keep the cores of your cabbage. I throw this in a bag in the freezer and the bag is marked vegetable stock. And when the bag is full, then I can pour all of the leftover trimmings from vegetables into the pressure cooker, cover it with water, 14 minutes, let it naturally release in the pressure cooker, and you have homemade vegetable stock. using trimmings that you normally would have thrown in the garbage in the first place. I have that onion over here. Those are all of our veggies. I wanted to show you this. I'm going to add, for a little bit of crunch, I have a few walnuts that I could put in smaller pieces. And then I have a few medjool dates that I chopped up. These two items, those are what is going to bring up the cost of this salad. So whenever you have add-ins that cost a little bit more, chop everything else up, put that in your container, and then judiciously add a little bit of this, because you want a little crunch, a little sweet when you're going in your salad, but you don't need a whole lot, because these are what's going to drive up that price per person of the salad. Here is that dressing I was telling you about. Somebody from church gave us these. They got them, didn't like them, wanted to know if we wanted them. And I said, yes, of course we want them. 100% pineapple juice. I put that in there. I put the juice from that lemon in there. I also took off the outer part of the lemon, the zest. I zested the lemon, that's what I did. And I put the zest in here. Then I also added some of this balsamic vinegar, which I almost dropped. That's from Costco. Put some of that in there. I don't know, half a cup, guys. That's what I'm gonna guess. So it's a cup of this, half a cup of this, the lemon juice. Then I added some, this is from Sam's, it's Members Mark. Some onion powder. I added just 2 teaspoons of sugar. That pineapple juice is sweet, didn't need a lot of extra sugar. I added a little bit of water to thin it out. And then this is a package of Italian spice mix that my friend Kathy got me for Christmas. Sicilian spice mix. I thought that would be perfect for the salad. I'm gonna put it all together. I'll take a real quick photo of it and show you what it looks like. Yes, I had to get a bigger container. There was no way I was gonna be able to stir it in here. All right, that's all in there. I'm just gonna pour this over the top. I honestly could have used maybe a little bit more dressing. I'm gonna let this marinate for at least an hour, and then I'll see if I need to make a little bit more dressing. Probably will be fine by the time it marinates. This made a lot. This will last us 4 days maybe, because I love this stuff, honestly. I just eat bowlfuls of it. But I'm gonna say 4 days on this. But that's my servings. Regular people's servings, I'm gonna say that there are 12 to 16 servings here.
One of the things we've talked about so many times on this channel is running our whole house fan when it's warm out. You can see the kind of air that's coming in the living room windows. I also have basement windows open because the house has been pretty cool. And here is the fan running.
Have fun.
Okay, I'll see ya. Bye-bye.
There he goes. He's a happy man. That's his elephant, guys, right there on his bike. He'll be gone for about 24 miles. Frugal win. Our son got this free from work. He brought it home. We split it. We both got a cup of Pepsi.
Wonderful.
Life is good.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you,
You're
Dan.
He's drinking his too.
What other tasks did we complete before the end of the day on Friday? Well, one of those things I alluded to a little earlier, and that is creating a menu plan using all of those perishable food items that I showed you earlier in the video. Believe it or not, using those items, and I found a couple of items after I showed you the perishable foods. One of the things that I found was a really nice bunch of parsley that was hidden in the refrigerator. And I used that parsley to make one of the main dishes, a pesto that we'll use for later this week. But one of the things I wanted to show you is this is a topical menu planner. This is the way I plan all of my menus. You're going to see that I was able to create 4 main dishes, primarily using the items that we showed you that were perishable foods. And then I was able to get a side dish and also a salad, and I think one more item. So basically, most of my menu planning was done for the entire week using those items that were perishing in our refrigerator and probably would have gone bad had I not taken the time once a week to pull them out and inventory them.
The other thing that Hope did was the end of the March expenses, and I was so excited to see that.
As of recording this part of the video, we haven't had our budget planning meeting yet, so Larry does not actually know how we did in the month of March. But the reason that this totaling of the monthly expenses was so important is because the end of March also is the end of the first quarter. Now we have quarterly expense and quarterly savings goals. And so I was able to take the first 3 months of 2025, plug those numbers into what we has designated as our first quarter financial goals and sort of measure up how did we do? Did we make progress on those goals? But that's a really good snapshot of exactly what happens at the end of one quarter and what you look at to determine, are you going to, have you met the goal and you're like, yep, met it, moving on to something else? Or are you going to continue that goal to the next quarter and then add another goal? Just so you know, like 3 goals per quarter is pretty much where we max out.
Oh yeah, 3's enough. 3's enough to track.
Those are enough areas to really hone in on and hyper focus on. And if you're tired of a goal and you're like, we're going to schedule this for later in the year or something, that's fine. But you want to make sure that you have very distinct goals every quarter and that you have like 3 of them max.
I kind of think of tracking 3 goals like you're juggling 3 balls. You can juggle 3 balls, but you can't juggle 20 balls very easily. So it's easier to take a smaller amount to work with, then you can stay on track with each goal much better.
But if you can juggle 20 balls, we want to hear about it in the comment section. You tell us that you have that skill because we want to know. Now, some of you may be watching this video and just feeling like, what you all are doing, it just takes a whole lot of time and I just don't have the time or the energy to keep up with that kind of stuff. Believe it or not, we are busy people and this doesn't take us very long every month, or you're right, it would be kind of a drag to keep up on it. But to show you that frugality doesn't have to take a lot of time, we did a video and we had 50 ways that you can practice frugality in your everyday life. They're habits that will help you to consistently spend less and save more. And none of them, as I mentioned, takes more than 5 minutes. That video, if you're curious, is right over there. Go take a look at it next.